The main gaseous byproduct of vermicomposting is carbon dioxide. So is worm composting making climate change worse? Are our worm bins actually mini greenhouse gas factories? We'll get to that on today's short episode of Coffee and Compost. My name is Steve Churchill, and this is the Urban Worm Company. A reader emailed this week and asked whether we were inadvertently contributing to climate change through our worm bins and vermicomposting efforts. The reason was that vermicomposting produces carbon dioxide, and we all know that carbon dioxide is one of the main drivers of climate change. But here's the dirt on that. Vermicomposting, and composting for that matter, is actually a climate change hero and not a villain. Let me explain why. Picture this. You've got a pile of food scraps or manure. It's going to break down one way or another, right? If it breaks down in an environment with little to no oxygen, like in a landfill, it undergoes anaerobic decomposition, releasing methane as it decomposes. Methane is a greenhouse gas that's 25 to 85 times more potent than carbon dioxide when it comes to trapping heat in our atmosphere. On the flip side, if the waste breaks down in an environment with plenty of oxygen, like in a worm bin or a compost pile, it undergoes aerobic decomposition, mainly releasing carbon dioxide. Yes, CO2 is a greenhouse gas, but it's a lot less potent than methane. So our worms will turn that pile of waste into castings, breathing out carbon dioxide as they go, but that carbon dioxide was part of the carbon cycle to begin with. The plants that created the food waste suck that CO2 right out of the atmosphere, and the worms are just returning it back. It's a closed loop with no net increase in atmospheric carbon dioxide. To go further, if we sent that food waste to the landfill, not only would it emit methane, but we'd have to be using fossil fuel burning trucks in order to take it there. Hey, I know this is a heavy topic, so let me lighten the mood a little bit. If you're liking this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And hit that notification bell too. It helps us keep delivering this wormy wisdom to you. All right, now back to the worms. By vermicomposting, we're minimizing methane emissions from decomposing waste, making it a more climate-friendly choice. It's not going to help solve climate change by itself, but every little bit helps. So in the battle of the greenhouse gases, when it comes to composting, it's more of a worms versus methane situation, not a worms versus the rest of the world. Our worms are allies in this fight and help us to reduce potent methane emissions one worm bin, which is hopefully an urban worm bag, at a time. Remember, as worm composters, we're not just creating nutrient-rich soil, we're also contributing to a more sustainable and climate-friendly world. Okay, gang, I've been doing vermicomposting for over 10 years now and helping my customers with all sorts of questions. What I notice is that most vermicomposters make the same 6 mistakes. Some make one of the mistakes, but others make several. So I created a handy little guide to help you steer clear of some very common vermicomposting landmines. It's a short read, and I really think you're going to like it. So click this little link over my left shoulder to get this guide in just a few short seconds. That's it for today, everyone. We'll see you on the next episode of Coffee and Compost.